Well, gas prices just continue to climb and climb. What can you do about it if you have to drive? Joining me now from the Tribune Tower, Julie Murphy-Casserly, certified financial planner, who's going to give us some great tips. Julie, it's always great to see you here.
Thank you so much.
So I think I've got the best tip. Move out of Chicago because we've got the highest gasoline prices in the country. Is that what you're going to tell us to do?
Well, no, you definitely can't move away from friends and family. You've got to figure out another way.
All right, so is this also something, before, and we will get to your tips, should people be preparing for this sort of, it's an annual kind of problem. Should we save money all year long in preparation for this?
Well, certainly, is it about saving money or giving yourself more space in your cash outflows? I think that's really what it boils down to for so many people, is that we've got to create the space in our financial lives.
All right, not always easy to do. So
No.
let's get to your tips. They're very practical. I'm going to disagree with one of them. We'll get to that, but here we go. The first thing you suggest is cook more. Just stay at home.
Certainly. Well, not only does it help to spend more family time or quality family time, but if we cook more at home, then we're more in control of what that cash outlay is going to be. You know, certainly you can go to the next extent and start growing your own garden. I know some people have started to do that, so during these warm months that we'll actually be able to save some money that way as well.
All right, so food and obviously not even as expensive, you know, making your own food as it would be going to restaurants all the time.
Certainly.
All right,
I mean,
so
you just think of what you can have a bottle of wine for at home versus buying it out in a restaurant. There's a big difference there.
Yeah. All right, this next one, this makes total sense. If anybody's doing anything, they're doing this one. Public transportation and carpooling, which is, look, save on gas, get with other people, and drive to work.
Certainly, absolutely. I mean, all you have to do is drive down I-55 and now see that the Pace bus can now ride the shoulders. So not only can you save money in terms of getting on one of those Pace buses, you can also save time and not sit in traffic.
All right, your next suggestion probably doesn't work if you're going down the Stevenson, but
well, it could.
It could if you get safely behind the Pace bus. But you suggest that we ride our bikes, and we should ride our bikes more anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, in the city of Chicago, it's become so convenient now to be able to ride your bike. I actually got pulled over by a police officer not too long ago because I was parked with my hazards on in the bike lane. So we now have bike lanes for the protection so that you can get to and from work much easier.
All right, so that is a good thing to do. All right, here's the one I'm going to have an issue with, okay? So, you know, you tell us, consider getting rid of cable. In other words, wipe out your entire audience, Paul. Just get rid of cable.
Yeah, well, certainly, I mean, it's not necessarily that you have to give up your shows, which is what most of us interpret getting rid of cable means. It's just about get your shows in a different manner, perhaps. You know, whether you plug into online and see those shows online or download them from iTunes, things of that nature. And or let's say you want to keep that cable bill. Just look at what you're paying for and really make sure that that is the services that you truly want today. So many of us have cable bills that we're really not actually watching the stuff that we're paying for.
Well, you're right. And for example, if you can watch this show. We stream live every night, so people can actually be on their computer, cltv.com/politics tonight. Actually, WGNTV.com, and watch us stream live. I'm not suggesting, but I'm saying if you don't have cable, that's a way to do it. All right. You also say get rid of some of those activities that aren't important to you. What would those, like eating?
You know, well, that goes right along with the cable, right? It's about what are those activities that you're not doing. I know, for example, my children are in music class. Well, my husband just said the other day, he goes, you know what, can we just skip this time frame and just have more time at home? Well, that saves us $190 in our budget for that music class. You know, maybe you go to every other one versus every single class. So you just spread some things out and, again, finding that financial space in your cash outlays.
So take the kids' activities away from them.
Oh. Well, do something that's proactive, not necessarily something, you know, but it's about the fact that my husband and I have decided to spend the time with the kids at the beach instead this summer,
now see, there you
as
go.
opposed to music class.
Improving the quality time.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense. All right, so, all right, sort of final words, only a few seconds left, but the general tip, again, is where you say, just know what you're spending your money on. Precisely,
it's about bringing a level of consciousness to your cash flows and not being victim to what's happening in the overall outside economy, outside of your household.
All right, and I guess the main thing is we'll get through this, right?
Absolutely, we will.
All right, Julie Murphy-Casserly, president of JMCwealth.com. It's always a pleasure to have you. Thanks. I always like to have fun with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Don't get rid of your cable bill. Thanks, Julie.
You're welcome.
All right, thanks for joining us. Bill Mahler in for me tomorrow night. I'll see you back on Wednesday. Have a good night, everybody.